So it is just a little after 4:30, 4:33 actually, so we'll go ahead and get started. I apologize for the delay. Thanks for everyone for being here at the work session for the March meeting. We know the first item on our agenda is to go through the employee updates. I will make a comment before we get going in case we forget later. In the month of April, we will only be having one work session and meeting. It was in the approved calendar in January when it was approved. So the first Thursday in April, we will not be having a meeting. We will only be having the one on the third Thursday. So that meeting will not be taking place, just so that everybody understands that. Most of you are gonna be here working that day anyway, or on vacation, and that's the reason for not having that meeting. Going through from department heads and employee updates, I'll let somebody that might want to volunteer to start first, otherwise I can start kind of picking people out of the crowd. Yeah, we'll let Cole kick off, so we'll let Marshall go first.
Oh, I actually had now one print off on top totals, actually incident numbers. So the date range was January 1 to basically today's date, and it started with 2020, 2021, and then of course this year. So 2020, this time of year was 48 incidents that occurred. 2021, 31 incidents that occurred. And this year, to this date, 156 incidents that occurred. So what I was looking at also too, so of course a lot of the upticks is administrative details, and that's where, either planning and zoning has reached out to me to help them follow up on something or look at something, and tax assessors. The amount of dumping, of course, it's doubled. Actual considered, state law dumping. But now one is actually logging county ordinance violations. So anytime that I actually go out with a county ordinance violation, I have them log it that way as well. And or if someone calls and has, in reference to, if it's county ordinance, if they're wanting to follow up. A lot of times when it's a follow-up, it's, considered what we call a code 8. It doesn't generate a case number, but it is documented. But these actual numbers, there's actually incidences with case numbers attached to them for the 156.
Wow. Good job, sir.
Wide open.
We just figure out a way to change the culture where it comes to litter and dumping, that if we could ever figure out that secret and sell it, we'd be in good shape.
Yeah.
Any questions? All right, thank you. You naturally fed it straight to 911, so since Christy's sitting right in front of you, we're talking about, I know his numbers are up. Is that consistent with across the board?
It's still consistent. It's not as much as a spike as we had in January, but it's still consistently up.
Your crew all doing well?
Yeah, lots of wood somewhere.
Good. Yeah, I shouldn't have asked that. I apologize.
Just don't say the Q word, all is wood.
I won't. Wes, life in planning and development?
No, we're just rocking along, and it seems to have not had any slowdown, but it seems to have been a little more consistent with the building programs and not anything that's out of the ordinary. We have had a few changes in how we deal with access encroachments, and we got a little bit of force back with that, especially on some major highways or major roads, not highways. But other than that, our numbers still seem to be consistent. They still seem to be going along. We could probably use another person sometimes. It just depends. When the volume gets up there, it really gets user intensive with the public. Yeah, I'm just cloyed about that extra person.
I noticed that you snuck that in. Let's wait till March after the budget's already fully set.
There you go.
Bring that up. Before any other department heads go, if y'all don't mind, let's not continue that trend as we go on through the rooms. Oh, God. So I noticed, looks like in April, we're gonna have about 10 by the time it gets to the board meeting for April on rezone, so quite a few rezone requests coming through.
We got 7 right now.
7 at the next meeting. Got any moving through? Keep reading. All right, Kirk, over on the road department side, Public Works.
We've been real busy between the showers of rain, the snow, and windstorms. We're trying to get all of our roads ready for paving. Again, we're widening Hill City Road. A lot of the other roads we're just resurfacing. We go through and replace all the pipes on those to where, you know, we don't have to go through and dig them up in just a month or two. I know that we've got quite a few work orders on ditches and pipes that are starting to back up, but unfortunately, these are big projects that we have to get done before paving season starts. So, you know, they're kind of taking priority on our pretty days. We're trying to get those knocked out, and hopefully, you know, in the next month or so, you know, we'll get those kind of squared away, and we can get back to our kind of our day-to-day routine on that type of stuff. Speaking of paving, our bid opening is next Monday for our paving and resurfacing project for this summer. And we're gonna have a call meeting later on to award that contract after we have a chance to review all the prices and compare everything. On another note, I spoke to the foreman out on Cove Road today that's doing the power line, and the weather's it's really wreaking havoc with their schedule too, so they may need additional time. And they said that it's got so wet, said some of the time that they were planning to set the crane off to one side and be able to let traffic pass, or they're gonna have to set the crane right in the middle of the road. So it's gonna be shut down again, additional time. And just don't shoot the messenger, I'm just letting you know what's going on. The pipe on Thompson Road is still out, and hopefully we can get to that next week. We've just been needing 2 or 3 consecutive days of pretty weather to tear that out, make sure we can get it back in. And we haven't really had 2 or 3 consecutive days of pretty weather lately. But that's all I've got going on right now.
I did see where GDOT announced the completion of the bridge project, talking about on Thompson Lane out there over Scarecrow Creek.
It's pretty, I rode that there the other day.
And then I think June 1st was when they're starting the.
It is.
Fairview.
Yeah, I talked to the contractor on it, last week, and they're tentatively June 1st, and he said that, they're on another project, and just as soon as it winds up, that they're gonna start on it, and that, and the state contract, that has to be done by like October 30th, so once they get started on it, they should knock along pretty good on it.
And then they announced it was gonna be a 2-lane, a nice 2-lane bridge. So that 1-lane wood plank bridge is just gonna be replaced with a nice 2-lane.
And we greatly appreciate it, because those were expensive.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you, Gary. Mr. Kenny, recycling oil?
Let's see, next month kicks off the tire amnesty month, so everybody can bring 4 tires as long as we live in Pickens County, off the rim. Yeah, they gotta be off the rim, we can't have metal. You'd be amazed how many people show up with them, but, to get rid of them, they don't want them on there. So far, for the first 2 months, we've done shipped out 240,000 pounds of recyclable goods to the vendors and all, so we're off to a big start this year. And then, the department heads here, next month, the third week of April, I've got a vendor come by today, he's gonna bring a shredder to set up for demolition. So if you've got some old pipes, trees, anything like that you want ground up, he's gonna bring it up and do a demonstration with it. So he said he'll match his tires and everything, so he's gonna bring it up and we're gonna invite y'all out to come out and see it run too.
You know a date?
Yeah, he's gonna be today. He's supposed to get the machine's actually gonna be brand new coming in next week. And
Okay.
he's gonna set me up a date so we'll lock it in. He said the more stuff we got up there, the better demonstration will be, so. Y'all anything you wanna get rid of or grind it up.
Mr. Dean?
Hello, sir.
Water World, I guess I'm supposed to say Aquaman Dean, and there's wanted posters all over where the First
Yeah.
Foundation is coming after you.
Yeah. We're getting caught up on our meters. We hadn't had many, I'm gonna say this month. I think we've had 8 or 10 this month come in. We've got 4 on the board. We'll get those done. Hopefully we'll be able to start in the next month or 2 on Mullinax and Gibson Trail. Waiting on the plans to get back from the EPD. They was sent probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, which, you know, it could take 4 weeks or it could take 6 months. So soon as we get those back, we're gonna get over there and get that started. That's roughly 18,000 foot that we're gonna run from 53 back over to Hill City Road to have that second feed going into the west end. So we get that done, and then we got a couple other projects we're gonna sit down and look at, and
Do we have a pipe on hand?
we do. I bought it,
I remember
June.
when the prices got.
we bought it in June of last year because that's when the prices was the best. And, so the prices are still going up. I bought some 6-inch pipe about 3 weeks ago, and it was $14 a foot, and I bought it the 1st of January, and it was $7 a foot, so it's about to run us out of business if trying to buy materials, or even get it. They're still having a shortfall on it, so. That's about all I got right now, and I appreciate everybody's support and donation to get me out of jail, April 26th. Go Dogs.
Jones Mountain,
Mm-hmm.
is it fully functional?
Yes, yeah, it's online. I think they're getting about 110 gallon a minute right now. I may be wrong. David and Charles was gonna go up there and see if they could get more. And there's also looking at seeing about putting a booster pump down there at Burnt Mountain to pull more. So I'm gonna try to get with Gilmer on another connection, probably in the next couple months, because they're still a little ways out from getting to work over at Round Top. But I wanna get with them and go ahead and see if we can't work something out to help them out, because, you know, like I said, we're the only municipality that's tied to them, so if we can help them out, then it would help us out, so.
Mr. Jones over in the Parks and Rec.
So, baseball, softball, and t-ball has been going strong since the roughly the end of February. We got 55 teams with 591 players. That's the most we've done since I've been there. Opening day is March 26th at 10 a.m. provided the weather holds. And yeah, we'll be doing baseball till we should be done before school's out. That's the plan every year, is to be done before school's out. So busy. So
Because you want to make sure you can go enjoy the pool right after that, right?
yeah, and then soon after that we'll be pool will be getting open. We're working on it. Eric's working on it daily. You know, he takes a spot out, another spot, you know, pops up, and we have to dig that out and patch that hole, and it's just yeah, it's a fun experience.
So one thing, while we've got it on Parks and Rec, we received a letter from our insurance company that on insurance coverage, and one thing Parks and Rec has always done is offering a summer camp program. Historically, we've always ran concurrent with what the Boys and Girls Club was doing behind us, and we've had summer camp as well. The insurance company is requiring conditions for the staff that we've never met before. It's their new requirements are requiring the age to be all adults, at least 80% I think had to be adults. And then the remaining 20% had to all be between 16 and 18. So essentially our insurance company let us know that the way we were running a summer camp wasn't going to work. Brian reached out to the Boys and Girls Club and was able to work with the Boys and Girls Club as far as them being able to increase the number of kids that they're able to serve, with the potential use of some of our facilities that we're going to iron out the rest of those details to go. But we're going to let Boys and Girls Club run summer camp programs for this summer. We're going to work on creating, and this is Brian's crew's been working on trying to create some other added benefits, whether, and I don't know how far he's got, but whether it be flag football or other clinics or things like that, that we can continue to offer organized sports, that we're going to supplement to work hand in hand, but to make sure that we're doing it where our insurance coverage will continue to cover us. So that'll be a little shift and a little change. I know it's something a lot of people have used in the past, and we're not trying to cut that out. That's why we've been working with the Boys and Girls Club to make sure that they can start to absorb, and some of the employees that are eligible to continue to work, we're just going to send those summer staff people next door and let the Boys and Girls Club pick them up. So that process is beginning. I would say it would be something we could vote on in a regular meeting, but if we don't have an option, we can't cover it with insurance. So it's one of those that it wasn't something that we were choosing from from a standpoint on our end. So we're looking at how to increase what we're doing in addition to letting them do it. And hopefully I covered that. Well, did I miss anything on that?
No, sir, you didn't. I mean, most of the kids that I have or can hire, you know, are kids that are 14 to 17 years old. You know, this is their first job, and, you know, it would be almost impossible for us to find kids in the county that's willing to work for minimum wage when they can go to any of the restaurants out of town and make $10 to $13 right off the bat. So, you know, with that, you know, we're going to do our best to supplement the Boys and Girls Club, whether that's access to our gymnasiums, access to our classrooms, access to the county pool, the ballparks, whatever we need to do to help grow their program. That's what we're going to be there for.
And I think it's good. I mean, that's one of their main reasons that they function and exist and campus, everything.
So I think probably next meeting, we'll have an agreement in front of you to approve that basically creates the mutual obligations between the Boys and Girls Club and the county.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Not that you're busy or anything. 591 kids.
591 kids.
Yeah, a massive.
Almost half of them are T-ball, 3, 4, and 5, 6.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, lots of babies.
Entertaining.
That's like herding cats for an hour. So yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, Russ.
Just a little bit of update on the COVID, really. Numbers, we're seeing them going down tremendously, which is great around here. I mean, I think the most I saw in the last 2 weeks has been 3 in one day for Pickens. So the only troubling sign is UK's starting to peak again. So usually about 3 to 4 months, we start trying to peak over here, seems like. So just a little heads up on that. But right now, the numbers look good around here, so.
Yeah.
Trying to think, was anything else?
Mr. Prather lined up to start in April.
Yep, he's lined up. Chief Prather, from Cherokee County, he retired, will be starting as our fire chief April the 4th, the week of April the 4th. So, been steady trying to get all his stuff lined up, computer, you know, vehicle, different things lined up for him. So, be a tremendous help for me, I can tell you that. So.
Good. Everybody spoke highly, getting to attend his retirement in Cherokee. He has a resume that I think will make everybody proud of Pickens that he can bring and offer. So, yeah, it'd be good.
For a few years anyway. Don't know how long we'll have him, but we've got him for a few years.
Grow it. Miss Bell, and I don't know that I've ever got to formally introduce you in a meeting setting, but Emily Bell is the director of the animal shelter. Has done a phenomenal job while she's been up there. I know she made it famous, the bloggers put her on the front page recently and made her stand out and ruined her comfort zone. But typically she can't get over here in time for the meetings because of staffing and things there. But I want to say thanks for being here tonight. If
Thank
got
you.
Any updates?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over some of the shelter statistics of the incoming and outcoming. We had 18 surrenders and 12 strays this month, so 30. But we've had 32 leave, so we've had 23 adoptions total this month. And we've had 3 reclaims, and then we've transferred out 5. And then I wanted to let everyone know about our drawing contest that we're doing right now. So the deadline ended for turning them in, but we are having an open house on the 26th, and you can vote until the 25th on your favorite drawing. So just to kind of have the kids in the community come in and just show them that we've had some changes. And then we've also added a Amazon wish list to our website, and that's really been great because we've gotten so many donations of things that people just can't come in and can't, get in to do that during working hours. So that Amazon wish list has helped us get what we really need.
the Saturdays, I know that you started up
Yes.
in January, so are we seeing adoptions?
Yes,
on
oh
the
yes,
regular
we've had a
Saturdays?
ton of adoptions, normally around 3 to 5 on Saturdays now, so that's been great.
Very worthwhile then.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even for that short period of time of being open, just 10 to 1, but that does help out a lot.
Very good. I'm making eye contact in case you had anything. I wanted to make sure I gave you a chance. I'm scared you'll start to.
Did you talk to me?
I just got more saying, just repairs everywhere, slow getting to them.
Everything's going up to ranges with our maintenance that handles all facilities maintenance, so.
Mine's not as exciting as everybody else's.
Well, you definitely are a very popular person, so, especially when the seasons change and the thermostats don't want to switch over from heat to air, it becomes a.
25 screaming women at the same time. It's too hot,
And
too
you can
cold.
include me in there too. I'll you can say 25 screaming women in there, so I'll take it. Now, they've been doing a phenomenal job keeping up with everything that's going on. Ms. Rebecca, over the tax commission.
Upgrade projects that we
Oh,
can't get to, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Got a few upgrade projects we want to get to, but we can't get to them for just putting out fires, so maybe we can get to them eventually.
I'm sure it's slow season's coming.
Yes.
I've been telling you that since he was hired. Rebecca, over in the tax commissioner and everything going?
Yes, we're winding down our mobile home property tax bills for pre-built mobile homes that are due April 1st. So we have a few more weeks before the actual due date of those. And we do want to remind everybody that we still have prepayments available for the property tax that are due in November at the end of the year. So if you are one of the people that like to advance pay, take advantage of that option if you don't want to have to wait till the end of the year and pay in full.
Mr. Dobbs, I saw you sneak in here right before I could get to you, so.
Did y'all discuss anything about putting a gate up on the interstate to slow the growth before I got here?
We left that one out just for you.
Dogged on it. Like she said, we're busy. All kinds of people coming in the office. We're meeting new people every day in large quantities. So we haven't had to hunt anything to do lately. You might want to think about the gate thing.
We're all fixing. And I realized just now, Justin, I skipped by, I know on the grant side of things, any updates that you have going on?
We've got a couple more of them after. I'm really looking forward to the bid opening on Monday, because then we'll have some prices where we can finally resubmit that emergency LMIG that we were awarded last year. We have to have the actual pricing for that to submit that. So that'll go out as soon as we get the bids and select someone. So that'll be another one that goes out. Still waiting to hear back from the Hazardous Waste Trust Fund, the second round, for that to come in. Sent out a couple different emails, but DNR, they generally take a little while to get to everybody on those. So. Other than that, waiting on to hear back from one of them, the Department of Agriculture for the agriculture for animal shelter, and then there's a couple more that we'll be pursuing here pretty soon after I get some quotes that I'm waiting on.
Yeah, thank you. All right, any other on employee updates that I've missed? I think I've stopped in. As we've gone. Any questions for any department heads? I know under the general discussion, I wanted to just kind of bring up one point, really more to kind of explain on what we've been going back and forth with. Utilities Inc. in Big Canoe, we've been working back and forth with for the last couple of months, trying to determine whether a public-private partnership for sewer in order to, we were trying to help with an issue around the IGA area, so we've been going back and forth with them. We haven't reached a full path of agreement yet because of how complex it is, but since that one decision has the potential for a significant impact on the east end of the county, I've explained to them that we're going to stall on that until this election's complete. May 24th will be the special election for the East Side Commissioner and the District 2 Commissioner post that's been sitting vacant since November. that we're not gonna move forward with trying to make any kind of a formal decision until they have a representative for the east side, and then we can look at what kind of public input we can receive. Then, depending on how that election goes, we'll then bring it back. We're not gonna, when I say stall, we're gonna continue to work on it. We're gonna continue to work. I know Phil and his team have been working back and forth with the contract along with our office, so we're gonna continue that process. But we're not gonna move forward with trying to make any formal decision without an east end representative for the community. Give them a chance to come in, get briefed, get brought up to speed, and then determine if what level or what kind of public input we would reach out for then, and then proceed through it at that point. So that's just, we've gotten several calls and questions, and wanted to get that out to kind of explain the stance there, because we are in a unique situation with the three-person board of commissioners, and there's not a representative on the east side of the county right now. So the potential impact of when sewer's available, for even if it's in a small area, that can grow that small area in a fast time. So we want to make sure that we're not overextending there before we're ready. That's really the only general discussion part that I had, unless you have anything I missed there.
You're doing good.
Appreciate it. So it's now right at 5 o'clock, and we will adjourn the work session. We do have a 5:30 regular board meeting that'll be coming up, so hopefully we'll all be able to stick around, and we'll see you then. If not, we appreciate you being here. For those of you that do get off at 5 and you're looking forward to running for the door, I actually got you at 4:59, so thank you.